Most buildings, as we know them today, consume energy. But what if there were houses, offices, even whole cities that could produce their own electricity from renewable sources like wind and solar? Instead of large centralized power stations and overhead power lines, the buildings themselves become virtual power plants that make electricity from the sun and wind. Think of energy-producing buildings forming networks instead of being dependent on a central power plant. Renewable energy is naturally decentralized. The sun and the wind are available everywhere. More and more solar panels are appearing every day, but there's a new idea in the wind. But if this is what you think of when you think of wind, think again. The aeroturbine, invented by University of Illinois at Chicago professor Bill Becker and his team, is a new model for producing electricity from the wind in urban settings. The new aeroturbine can be used anywhere, but unlike conventional windmills, they're perfect for densely packed urban and suburban settings. They're low profile, noise and vibration free, relatively inexpensive, low maintenance, and completely safe. Aeroturbines can be attached to existing buildings or integrated into new buildings. The new aeroturbines produce energy at lower wind speeds than standard windmills. Their unique design makes it impossible for them to run away or spin too fast in high winds. Inventor Bill Becker says they're especially well suited to cities which have mostly variable and gusting winds.
Our machines are particularly unique because they really enjoy chaotic, turbulent wind. Wind from all directions at once, variable winds, gusting winds. They just seem to take it and run with it, where applications to buildings are going to require that, because the winds whip around buildings, they turbulate, there's vortices, all sorts of spinning winds on the roof and the corners, and this machine is designed to actually enjoy that and take that wind and convert it into power. Other machines can't do that. And we're looking forward to them being, again, a part of a new architecture where these will be an inherent part from the very beginning, as well as being added to buildings, but from the very beginning, to take this chaotic wind that many engineers will say you can't get and convert it into usable power.
Among the most innovative aspects of Professor Becker's patented aeroturbine are the simplicity, versatility, and beauty of the design. It's a whole new way of looking at wind. Each turbine is safely enclosed in an appropriate cage or framework, sometimes in combination with solar panels. There are no exposed high-speed blades to pose a threat to birds or other wildlife. The turbines operate in any weather conditions safely. Because of their unique cylindrical shape, there is no danger of the aeroturbine throwing ice. Low vibration by the caged rotors removes the major obstacle to wind power in populated areas: noise. The aeroturbine is virtually silent.
Here I am on the roof with our wind machines, and you can hear the sound of my voice, and really the noise that you get on wind is the wind hitting the microphone. And the ambient noise from the wind machines is only the air blowing around the frame. So the birds that you may hear singing and my voice is in comparison to the absence of wind. You can hear some traffic. The traffic noise is louder than this, than the wind machine production. So we're very excited about all this. This is great for urban and suburban use.
Bill Becker's aeroturbines can be integrated into a building's design in a new form of architecture he calls aerotecture. It incorporates other forms of renewable energy, such as passive and active solar. Like solar panels, the lightweight aeroturbines can be stacked to produce more power. The greater the number of turbines, the more electricity produced. Aeroturbines can be mounted vertically, horizontally, or diagonally for a wide variety of building structures and architectural designs. And this is the aspect of aerotecture that could begin to shift entire cities from their current role as consumers of massive amounts of conventionally produced energy to creators of renewable energy they need to function. It's happening in Germany. This wind machine sits atop an office building in Munich. Instead of generating energy from coal, oil, or nuclear sources, then shuttling it long distances along power lines as we do today, Innovators like Professor Bill Becker are saying it's time for a paradigm shift. Distributed power is the buzzword, coined by economist and engineer Amory Lovins. Professor Bill Becker says it's time to embrace that concept.
The future vision is really looking forward to an architecture, a new kind of architecture that brings wind energy into its design from the very beginning. Instead of adding to old architecture that's not that efficient, really making zero energy buildings or net productive energy buildings where wind, solar energy, daylighting, other characteristics, energy efficiency all come together, where buildings now become energy productive.
University of Illinois at Chicago Professor Bill Becker says it's time to look ahead to find ways to break the dependence on oil, a quickly depleting resource that is expected to be gone from the earth by the next century. He says it's time to get serious about renewable energy.